my channel. This is Generation X Nation. I ain't going to be here that long this time. I'm going to do a quick video about the Jay-Z situation. And the title of my video, of course, as you can see, is why do some black people want why are we praying for the downfall of Jay-Z? I'm not understanding that. Reasonable doubt. We didn't give that guy any reasonable doubt when this whole situation came with the lady trying to do this civil lawsuit against him for allegedly essaying her. So I just have a few questions for just my people. And I'm not saying everybody, but I'm saying I've seen a lot of people as soon as the Diddy situation happened, everybody was like, Jay-Z's next, Usher's next, this and that and the third. You guys seem to act like there were only African Americans at the Diddy parties. There were a lot of other people there outside of rappers and some, entertainers and things like that. There were a lot of business people there. There were a lot of actors and actresses that attended that party, influencers, celebrity type people, like the Kardashians or what have you. And I don't see anybody pushing and asking them questions and what happened at the party and accusing them of being part of these alleged escapades that were being done at Mr. Combs' residence or hotel rooms, wherever they were having it at. But I see a lot of people in our community, we keep pointing fingers at the people of color. Tyler Perry, T.D. Jakes, Oprah Winfrey, Jay-Z, like they were the only ones there, and it just amazes me, like, whenever we talk about this incident that Diddy is going through, we point the finger immediately at our own. He was there, he needs to go down. She was there, she needs to go down. Mary J. Blige and Lil' Kim and everybody. But we're not pointing the fingers at the other people who were there. And there were a lot of them there too. But I, for some reason, don't see their name on anything. They're on the, as you say, hush hush, quiet. We haven't heard anything from them. Mute challenge, whatever. Leonardo was there. Paris Hilton was there. There were a lot of other people at these parties outside of our community. So I want us to be just as harsh on them as we are on Jay-Z and Oprah and Tyler and the rest of them, okay? Give them some of that same smoke that you're giving them, Jay-Z and Beyonce and the rest of them. Because it seems to me, if you are an African American or entertainer, rapper, and you are in a photo with P. Diddy, then apparently you were part of these alleged F off parties. I don't like saying the names because I don't know how YouTube be censoring stuff, but you were allegedly part of the baby oil parties. And that's just not true. Just because you was there don't mean you was part of the party. But that's how we seem to wrap it all up. So real quickly, what has Jay-Z and Beyonce done to you? I mean, personally, what have they done to you that you have such a disdain for them that you want to see their downfall? What? Other than just be good at what they do, make a lot of money, become a power couple, black millionaires, raise some beautiful kids. What have they done to you personally? I could give a hoots about what Jay-Z and Beyonce do in their private life. I love them as celebrities. I have been to the concerts. I've been to Renaissance concerts. I enjoyed it, had a wonderful time. She's a hell of an entertainer. I've bought several products from her, including the Ivy Park wear. I do have bought one of her Carter cowboy hats or whatever. So yes, I am maybe, as you consider, part of the Beehive. I do participate. As I said in many videos before, I support my people. I support my people. We have been through enough in this country. Our ancestors have been through enough in this country not to be somewhat supportive of each other. But if you are scamming my people or doing something wrong, I'm going to speak on that too. As you've seen in my previous video about some of these pastors out here. And no offense to anybody. I didn't mean to offend anybody, but I speak my truth. I am part of the Generation X Nation, the lost generation, as y'all like to say. But one thing about us, we speak our truth. Why are we so quick to believe negative things about them? You know what I'm saying? Why are we so quick to believe the negative stuff and focus more on a success story? Okay, the guy came from, the bottom per se of New York, street life, thug life, and he made it all the way to being a billionaire without harming a lot of people. Yeah, there were some incidents back in the day where we had a little scuffle here, there, but that happens. He was in his 20s. Was there a lot of partying, yacht parties, and probably after concert parties and groupies? Probably so. Most people in their 20s go through that. Hell, they do it now. They got, I mean, look at the celebrities now. They videotape what they do. Back then, you didn't have videotapes and, social media and all of that. But what I'm saying is, when you're 20 something, think about what you did at 20. You party, you had a good time, you enjoyed life. You wasn't thinking about 20 and 30 years down the road being married and having kids. So, yes, I'm not going to say he wasn't a person who wasn't out there. He lived in New York. He was living the life. He was, on top of his game. He was in his 20s. He had everything handed to him, people throwing themselves at him. Yes, you're going to take advantage of that until you settle down and get your business affairs in order and realize it's bigger than this, that this is actually a business. And that's what he did. Why aren't we questioning the white celebrities in those photos that I showed? I'm confused. I haven't had and if you out there, let me know. But I haven't seen very many people questioning or talking about those people and want to know where they were at doing these alleged hours, doing these, while these shenanigans were going on. Again, I'll just put up a disclaimer. Everything on my page is alleged, in my opinion, and for entertainment purposes only. The biggest thing I want to say is I am so glad that Jay-Z took the time to stand up for himself and not let anybody scare him or cower down or make him settle a lawsuit just to make it go away. Because when you settle claims like that, even if they're not true, it makes it true. Because a lot of celebrities with a lot of money just throw money at it. Like, I'll just pay them off and leave it alone. The minute you pay a person off or settle a claim, it makes you look guilty. And then other people start coming forward making up stories because they know you pay. If you don't believe me, look at what happened to Diddy. I'm not saying what happened to, what Diddy being accused of isn't true. I don't know, wasn't there. But the minute he paid that young lady off, everything started falling apart. Jay-Z said, you're not going to punk me. And one thing about Jay-Z, he from the streets. Diddy's supposed to be from the streets too. Jay-Z said, no, not today. I got a family. I got a legacy. I would not pay you off and leave my legacy tarnished. That's what we not doing. But we was so quick to believe this lady because it was Jay-Z, Beyonce's husband. Oh, we're happy. We're going to take another black family down. We're going to take some black excellence down. And I'm not saying bow down to them, worship them. No. I've seen y'all bow down and worship some of these pastors in the churches, but when it comes to a celebrity who's doing the same thing, trying to be successful, y'all gonna talk bad about them, but you go right in your pocket and give that man your last money so you can get something back tenfold. When they're not even asking you for much. Do they sell products? Yes, but they're not forcing you to buy it. They're just trying to live their life in private. But we want to see them fail. Doesn't make sense to me. We don't have a lot of African Americans out here that's reaching those levels of success. So the ones that do, you know what I'm saying? I ain't saying kiss they behind, but what I'm saying is just give them their props. Say, hey, I love to see that, somebody made it. Somebody made it. You know what I'm saying? Give them props for that. My God, we just want to see them fail. And then when he didn't bow down to these people as they wanted him to and take in the threats and call them out on their threats, see, that's what they didn't like. They didn't expect that black man to say, not today, not in my house. We're not doing this. And I don't blame him. I would have done the same thing too. Like, if I know I'm innocent, I'm going all the way to jail saying I'm innocent. I'm never going to settle out and say I'm guilty or something just to shut somebody up. No, not going to do it. And when he got his lawyer, because apparently she forgot, just like you paid that high-powered lawyer, they're billionaires on both ends. They can go get the $2,000 an hour lawyer that can do a lot of forensic research and find everything. And when those pictures start popping up and where they was at after the Video Music Awards, they showing pictures of them in the clubs at a particular nightclub where they had the after party at. Diddy was with a J-Lo. They never went to any hotels. All the parties was inside, showing who was there. Celebrities showing little pictures of them dancing and singing or whatever. Made it look really weak. Then all of a sudden she started getting amnesia. Oh, I didn't recollect the night right. Then the father came up and said, hey, I didn't pick her up that night. I lived several hours away from there. Everything started falling apart. But you know what my first question was? She said she was 12, 13 years old. My first question was, and I get it before anybody say anything, I understand it's New York City. I understand a lot of young kids know how to take the trains and the subways and the buses because of the way the city is set up. You have to learn that at an early age. But my question is, why is a 12, 13-year-old young lady at the Video Music Awards by herself late at night? Because she said this happened around 9 o'clock, which is not that late, but still, you're out running the streets 9 o'clock, between 9 and 11 at night by yourself, and you're 12, 13 years old. If I was going to try to sneak into the music awards, and I know a lot of kids were excited because everybody was, popping back then. New York was popping with the rap scenes and MTV doing all kind of features there and award shows there and everything else, Grammys. I get all that. And I understand if you want to stand outside and maybe see one of your favorite celebrities walk into the venue, get a picture, scream and holler at them. I get all that. You want to see the red carpet. But what I don't understand is, why are you out there by yourself that late at night? Because if I was 12 or 13, even thinking back when I was 12 and 13, if I wanted to sneak off and do something like that behind my parents' back, probably going to be me and a couple friends. I'm not going by myself. I'm going to have a couple friends with me. So this young lady was out by herself at the age of 12 or 13, in the middle of New York City, standing outside the red carpet or whatever, behind the venue, wherever she stated she was at. I can't recollect right now. Trying to check for the celebrities going in and sneaking into the show with no parental supervision. Then she goes and talks to a whole grown man, supposedly in a car that was a driver or somebody, who told her to meet me later and I'll take care of you. So you're going to tell me this grown man couldn't tell this girl was a teenager? And I know we look older sometimes and kids look older, but I can guarantee you, back in the 90s, a 12 and 13-year-old looked like a 12 or 13-year-old. I can guarantee you that. They did not look 18 or 21, not like they do today. None against the children today, but the children do look a little older than what they are today. But back then, you pretty much looked your age. So I knew that story was a little off. A 12 or 13-year-old young lady running the streets of New York by herself, no supervision. She not with any of her friends. Again, I know cell phones wasn't that popular, but your parents wasn't out looking for you. But you claimed your dad was supposed to have picked you up, but he said he lived several hours away. See, we have to stop jumping to conclusions because they're celebrities. Oh, they think they can't be touched. He's a black guy. He must have did it. He was part of the rap community. Bull crap. I'm going to call bull crap. As I told y'all before, I am a cussing Christian. And let me say this before I go. We need to stop praying for the downfall of our own people. Because while we're praying for their downfall, these other people behind our backs trying to take over. And we're going backwards in history. And we need to stop that. I ain't saying kiss nobody behind. I ain't saying that you got to, be a beehiver or worship the ground these celebrities walk on. But damn, give them their props. If they work they behind to get there, give them their props. Have some respect for them. If you take your time, this new generation, go to that social media or Google Schmoogle or that internet or iPhone you got or whatever you're using, and start Googling young black men who have been sentenced to jail or in prison for allegedly the A word, the R word, and the SA word of a young woman who lied, who are now free now. There was a guy maybe a month ago I just seen on TV got released, and he actually, the lady apologized to him, the white lady, crying in tears, apologized, but that don't make up all the time he lost in jail. And he said, I forgive you. And I know God says forgive, but I don't give a damn. It would take me a while to forgive her. And if I did, I wouldn't tell her to her freaking face. She wouldn't have that satisfaction. She would go around every day thinking I hate her guts. Because I wouldn't give her the satisfaction of knowing that she can walk freely amongst this earth and not feel any freaking guilty conscience because I forgave her. I would forgive her in God's eyes, and I would pray for her and forgive her on my knees, but she would never know that because I know I'm supposed to forgive her, but I wouldn't give her the satisfaction of knowing that. It happens every day in this country. I've seen stories over the years of prominent athletes right there in California. I think one in Georgia, Alabama, prominent athletes who were just on their way to college with scholarships, who God knows what they could have been. NFL players, NBA players, whatever, who somebody accused them allegedly of SA or the R word. And they went to jail. And then years later find out never happened. This is serious. You literally can ruin a person's life by making some crap up like that. So we don't need to be cheering on and hoping that these people get caught up. Tyler Perry in the sex thing, Oprah Winfrey. We don't need to be cheering and hoping they get caught up. Because if we going to cheer and hope they get caught up, then you better cheer and hope that some of them white folks who was at the same goddamn parties get caught up too. If not, we're full of shit and we're contributing to our own demise in this country. Stop doing that. You keep talking about generational wealth. These people are creating generational wealth for their children and their grandchildren. Your children may benefit off it one day. Who knows? You may end up working for some of them or working for some of their children or grandchildren. Your children may end up working for their children or grandchildren. Stop with the BS. And that really pissed me off because all I kept hearing was Jay-Z's going down next. Why? What did Jay-Z do to you? What did Beyonce do to you? Absolutely nothing. We got to stop that. We got to stop it. And don't say, oh, there were some white people taken down. Harvey Weinstein went down. Harvey Weinstein was not connected to Diddy. He went down way before this Diddy thing happened. And he went down for allegedly doing things to people to get movie roles. And you know what those white women did? They went along with it. And then when they became up and coming celebrity actresses who can demand $10, $20, $15 million a film, then they decide to tell on him. Years later, because if they were so hurt at the freaking time it freaking happened, they should have went and said something. And I know, oh, powerful people, they're not going to arrest them. Don't matter. You still would have had it on record that you did report it. Because eventually, like he did, he got caught. Because that's how they got Bill Cosby. He never got arrested. But when them people went down there and kept reporting it, there was a foul that it was allegedly that he had done some things, even though the police officers never arrested him. And 30 years later, when they came forth and they dug up the evidence, yeah, it was reported years ago. So report it if it happens. Report it at the time. Even if nothing happens, it's on record. And that's all that matters. And with that, I'm going to end this video because I said I want to make it quick. Stop praying for the downfall of Black people. And not just Jay-Z. I'm not talking about entertainers. I see y'all doing it in politics. I see y'all do it in, in your local community. Stop that. We have it hard enough in this world, and it's about to get freaking hard to come January 20th. If you think I'm playing, you better go do some research. Okay? So stop with the BS. Leave these people alone. Let them live their lives. Nobody wants to go down that way. And we shouldn't be forcing people to, admit to things that we didn't do. And I'm glad Jay-Z stuck up for himself and his family and said, not today. You got the wrong one. Try Jesus, don't try me. That's exactly what Jay-Z said. And I appreciate him for that. And with that, I'm going to end this video. This is Generation X Nation. I appreciate if y'all like, share, and subscribe. I'm getting a little bit better at these videos. Again, I'm still working around a lot of things. I don't want to invest too much into videos if it doesn't take off. But I'm not asking for any money. I just want you to like, share, and subscribe. And, just view the videos. That's all I ask for. I like talking about current topics and things like that. I'm about 2 weeks behind on this Love and Marriage Huntsville thing. I heard it was a doozy last night. So I'm going to try to watch it and do another video on that. Yeah, it's for me, I guess I'm a little older. It's just a little hard to watch some of the stuff that I'm seeing because I'm just like, none of this makes any sense. And all of this could be handled, but I know it's for TV purposes and they have to draw some of the stuff out and make it like it's a big deal. But I could solve all their problems in about 10 damn minutes. But anyway, you guys have a nice rest of your day. And this is Gen X Nation out. Again, like and subscribe to the channel. I would appreciate it. And with that being said, you guys have a great day. Bye.